Hello, my most amazing art students. Today we're going to be finishing off our Peaceable Kingdoms, and you are going to need a Sharpie or a permanent marker. And what I want you to do is start to trace all of your pencil lines that you want to be on your final drawing, okay? So this is going to take a while, and as I do this, I want to talk about the best way to color these. In the classroom, we normally use color sticks, which are colored pencils that don't have the wood around them. It's just really the inside of the colored pencil. And I know you probably aren't going to have those at your house. So what we can do is use colored pencils, the regular ones, and it won't be as easy or, sorry, I'm just adding texture into my tree here. As it won't be as quick to color, but our drawings are quite a bit smaller than the ones that we do in class. So I like to give younger students quite a bit more room to work with, but it works on the scale too. You can use a ruler to draw these straight lines. Notice I'm not going into the corners and doing those crossed lines in the corners, because I just want it to be a frame without those corners. I will erase those pencil lines, and I should have said that on the first video, and sorry I didn't. The key to getting a nice straight line is short, even strokes. But feel free, please, to use a ruler and to draw those lines. So I'm going to continue with tracing over my pencil lines. Now, if you don't have a permanent, like a Sharpie, a black marker, it's okay. You can use a Crayola, but you won't be able to get any water near it, or otherwise the marker will bleed into your drawing. So, and you don't want that. So, get that last line in. Sorry, I was outside at recess and I have the sniffles now. It's quite warm, and breezy out there. It's a beautiful day. I hear it's probably going to snow sometime next week. Imagine that. We haven't had any moisture here in Edgewood in such a long time. I can't imagine it snowing. So, all right. Those are my trees. Got 2 trees down. I'm going to go ahead and add a little texture in that one. I just like to add little lumps of leaves, onto my trees. And here's this one ridge with a vertical line coming off of it, and then another vertical line and a vertical line. And then this guy coming around here with these vertical lines. I'm going to create the base. This is the bottom, and this would be the floor of the ravine. And this is going to have like a split crack right there. Okay. That one's a little bit crooked and not as straight up and down. You can tell it already makes it look a little bit different. My little sailboat that might be fun to take out for an afternoon on the water. I'm not going to draw that line because I'm going to color that with pencil. And my rock. There we go. Okay, so now, I forgot my animals. So here's Mama Bear. Remember I said 2 or 3 animals that I would like for you to draw And I did just keep mine at a 2. Mama bear and baby bear. I think it's interesting how Edward Hicks draws his animals, and I kind of tried to keep his style in mind while drawing mine, with these kind of pointed, angular faces, simplified versions of these animals. And then a little tail coming off there. And this marker is quite a bit wider than the pencil that I use, so it's not going to have as fine of detail. Get my little eyeball in there. Alright, well, there's my 2 animals. And now for coloring, I decided I'm probably just going to go with my basic colored pencils. And I probably will grab my crayons when I'm feeling like I need a little bit of extra help on that. So I haven't gone over with you guys how, I'm not going to color the whole thing on camera for you, but I want you to think about, I see a lot of this when people are coloring with colored pencils. And I think the biggest thing to think about is the direction that you're coloring with your pencil. Not to press too hard with your pencil, and to just go in that one direction, because it will help so much to give a smooth transition. And I'll show you. I'm going to get the black pencil out and draw that line. That way we can get really good coverage with this. Where's my black pencil? Draw this. This is a guy line, you know, that holds that sail up there. Okay. And maybe I should have drawn my bear's eyes with the black pencil as well. But you can take a darker blue color. What color is this? Blue. This one's blue, just called blue. And you can go in and add some darker lines into here to show the movement of the water. You know, if you don't press too hard or scribble with your other pencil, you can get details with colored pencils that you might not be able to get with crayon. So I'm going to get my black and brown. I'll show you with coloring my bear. I want to kind of follow the direction that his body would kind of take, you know, the contours is what we call them, the contours of the body. You know, follow those contours. Don't press hard with your pencil. Go in one direction, even around the face. Like his cheek would be coming in this direction, but then the rest of his body is curving away, coloring lightly. And then with this brown, I'm going to come in and color around that facial area and maybe into the ear a little bit. So, and you can even take the side of your pencil. This one's not working on that side very well. And get that contour, but I feel like this works really well just to press lightly and get that contour of his belly and behind going. Color in the legs. So you guys get the idea. The same thing would be true for the trees. Don't press very hard on your pencil, and you'll be able to add layers of the pencil without it showing up. And you can even do a circular color in a circle here. And what I like to do is add that shading, because underneath would be where that shadow, you know, in between the legs, this leg would be in shadow, and under his belly would be darker because the sunlight isn't hitting that part of his body, so, and the bottom of his feet. So these techniques can help things look more realistic. I hope you guys are understanding that, and I hope that you have fun coloring your Peaceable Kingdom. And I cannot wait to see what you guys create. I'm going to go ahead and get this red and color in a little bit of the red tone on his nose with a little bit of white to give him a pink nose there. And I'll just go ahead and quickly do a tree for you to kind of show you that same thing. And I'm going to do what I teach my high schoolers, and do like this scribble. I color in circles, especially when you have a texture of a leaf. It's nice to have the texture of what you're coloring kind of show up, so that you don't have straight lines when you're coloring something that has curved, like leaves. So taking this lighter green, you can go in and add other, not maybe coloring the whole thing, and then go behind and make your darkest colors in the foreground, in the front. Because we have this figure and ground again. Remember, we've been talking about this a lot. So if you want to go even darker, press a little bit harder right in the front, and in some areas like where the branch comes into the leaf, and you get that darkening. So there you guys have it. Those are some tips and tricks for you so that you can finish coloring your Peaceable Kingdoms. And then the last thing would be to, erase these lines, these crosshairs in the corners. I always, when you guys are in class, it's so much easier to teach you these things. But I always tell the kids to make an L with their hand and press down, because wherever you press, the paper won't wrinkle up if you create that L, if you're pressing on both sides. So, in between the L. Erase in between the L. Alright. So there's my bear with the texture, and there's my leaf texture. I hope you guys had fun today. I can't wait to see your finished projects. Have a great day.